Hello guys, welcome to this channel. If you are new to this channel, you're welcome. If you are an old subscriber, you're welcome. If you would like to learn how to do this design, kindly join us, subscribe so that you get notified whenever I post new videos as well. Thank you. So we'll be needing a crinoline. This is the big inches width crinoline. We'll be needing this as well, trimming. We'll be needing bias. We'll be needing our fishing line. Okay, we'll be needing our fishing line and needle. We'll be needing this wire. We'll be needing our gum, UHN gum, scissors, measuring tape, Alice band. We'll be needing our wire as well, flexible heart wire, in case you don't want to use the other crystal wire I showed you. Now let's begin. Now remember, we'll be needing trimming as well, as I said. Now I'll wrap this way. Just watch what I am doing. It is just to apply your gum on it and use it to wrap your you can see the way I'm wrapping it. You use it to wrap this Alice band. So you keep applying gum and keep wrapping it until you get to that last place I pointed at. So you can see that we are almost coming to the end of the wrapping. Just watch the way I will wrap it off very well. Please don't forget that we'll be needing our feathers for this as well. Let's see, I didn't mention feathers, but as we continue, you see the feathers that I will use. That is why you need to watch this tutorial to the end, and you need to know how to attach the feathers properly. So you can see how I am wrapping this. So I'm trying to cover up properly and neatly. So this is it. This is it. Now drop this aside and move to the next step. So with this crinoline, this is about how many inches? Just let's check it. I don't know how many inches crinoline this will be. So we'll be using 36 and 20. Just watch. There are so many things you need to learn in this tutorial. That is why you need to watch this tutorial to the end. As I said, follow this tutorial and watch to the end, because there will be so many changes and what you need to know, so many tips and all that. So I'll be folding the mouth of the screen only in this way. And you can see I'm applying my UHN gum at the tip of it, and I'll allow it to dry a bit for like some seconds, 10 seconds, 15 seconds. So I'll put it together this way. Once it's dry, it can come together by itself properly. So after that, you put your wire. Make sure the wire you are putting is flexible. Not too tiny. I think this wire is a crystal wire, about 50.0 crystal wire. So after putting in this thing through the crinoline like that, as you watched me doing, you start applying your gum to your bias like this. So you fan it and allow it to dry for some time. You can just allow it to dry, you don't need to fan it, don't mind me. So I'll start using it to cover up this wire. So make sure you cover properly. So you keep doing this until you get to the last place of it. So when I get to this place, I cut out my remaining wire. Okay, so you can see the reason why I told some people to always follow us, not to fast forward, so that you can see what we really do in the tutorials. You can see that later I didn't later use that crystal wire. What I used was flexible heart wire. The other bigger one I showed you, that's what I later used in putting through this. So you can see what I'm doing now. I'm just twisting it because it can go to any direction as far as there's wire inside it. So it's just for you to form your own design the way you want it to be. you can reduce your inches to 32 inches. You know it's 36 I measured out, but to be on a safer side you can use 30 inches because 36 might be too big for you. 30 inches is enough. 30 inches crinoline, that's what I mean. I used 36 here, but after everything it was looking big, although it's okay for some people anyway. You can use 30 as well. You can see what the way I'm rolling this thing. Just pay attention to what I am doing and to what I'm saying as well. So I've folded this to what I want. You can see the way it's looking. That's why I said you can measure 30 inches crinoline and use, because this looks somehow big, though some people like it big, some people like it small. So it all depends on what you want. So I'm using my needle and thread or fishing line and needle to sew. So it all depends on the one you have. So I'm going to tack it together, tack properly. So I'll be putting my needle inside first, as it is this way. You can see the way I'm tacking it. So you make sure you tack yours properly and make sure it is very strong. So you keep tacking until you are sure that it is strongly tacked or strongly sewn. So you need to sew very well and be sure it is very okay. You can see where I'm putting my needle too. So make sure what you're doing is very strong. It doesn't go out. So once I'm done, you can see I've tied it. You tie properly and make sure it is fine and okay. So later on you put this one this way. You can see how big it is looking. That's why I say she use 30 inches. You can use 30 inches to be fine as well. So you tack as well. So you need to tack and make sure it is strong. So when you're done, you tie to be sure it is very strong. So you can see I just measured out 3 inches wire. Again, bias for wrapping this wire. So you can see the way I'm wrapping it. So apply gum. When you're done wrapping, you cut out the excess fabric. Make sure you cover up very well. So I'll start wrapping this now with that trimming. You can see the trimming I'm using. Use your trimming and wrap round. So you apply your gum and keep wrapping it so that it stays properly. So this is it. Now the next stage is to attach this to this. Just put it here. So later on you put it properly. Since I've known where it will stay, I'll put it and make sure it is in place. I just want to be sure it is in place. This crinoline you can use 4 inches width crinoline instead of the normal 6 or 7 inches. They have 4 or 5 inches width. That's what you will use for this. You can use 4 or 5 inches width crinoline. You can see the width of this crinoline is very big, so you can make yours smaller depending on what you want. So this is it. This is it. You can see how this design is going and how it is coming out. So it all boils down to what you want. So you can see I'm sewing this and attaching it to the crinoline properly. So you attach with your needle and thread or with your fishing line and thread properly. Be sure it is in order. Sew the up and sew the down and make sure it is in order. So I'm making sure that everything is sewn properly and everything is balanced and in place. So you can see the way it's going. Just make sure everything is strong and in order. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to do. I want to be sure everything is strong so that this design will stop shaking. It needs to be strong and firm. It doesn't need to shake. That is why you need to sew tightly and make sure it is in order. Don't allow it to shake. Be sure it is in place and in order. So I'm forming my design to make sure the design comes out properly. You can see it. You can see it's no more shaking the way it was before. So you can see the feather I told you of. You can use this feather to put inside this. You can see I've strongly sewn this. There is no more shaking. I have strongly sewn it. You can see this design is now strong. So you can see where I put it in my feathers. Just use your needle and thread to sew together properly. Okay, you can see the way it is. Now this is how it looks like when it is being worn on a manicure head. How do you see this design? Would you like to try it out? Maybe with a smaller crinoline, smaller with crinoline. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you did. Let me see your comments and your thoughts at the comment section. Thank you.